Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to the Cheese and Dunn show. Today I got a special guest that's on the show by the name of TK. And the topic of the day on the show is basically how do we narrow the gap between old school and new school, which is the OGs over,
Younger
versus the
guys.
younger guys.
Yeah, new
So
generation.
at this point, I just brought this young man on the show today to really give me some insights and give us older dudes some insights on how we should be respecting one another. How can we go by respecting one another? So at this point in time, I'm gonna give TK, my brother, here the flow and let him say what he got to say.
Well, I feel like the first priority to a lot of these younger guys, which I feel like personally, because again, I am one of the younger guys. I feel like everybody's main concern should be, making it home at the end of the day. Because
Absolutely.
because regardless of what you may have going on, what you went through, who made you mad, we all got mamas, we got sisters, cousins, nephews, nieces, and even friends, that we all
Correct.
care about, that everybody value making it home to at the end of the day.
That's
And
what
most of
that's
the
what it's all about.
and most of the time, when you got these young guys, they been caught a murder, attempted murder, shot two, three folks. A lot of times what we overlook is that they life be in danger. And as a person, we can't open up and come tell a person, hey, it's okay if you lose your brother, or it's okay if you lose your mama, because everybody walk different paths. You feel me? Family
Correct.
lost his mama and his dad. You know what I'm
Both
saying?
of them.
And he ain't even 50 years old. So
Straight up.
that's a different circumstance. You feel me? That's somebody who truly don't have someone to call on all the time. So the people that he have in his life, they mean the world to him. And you crazy if you think I'm finna come at any time that you can take me away from the people that have already lost people and then lose me on top of it. When really, a lot of dudes be placeholders out here. When it come to families, and foundations, you lose that one individual, man, everything crumble apart. And y'all just
For
seen it
real.
with the grandma dying, man. Your grandma died, the whole family don't see each other for a year, 2 years, man. It get like that. But that's just one of my focal points. We gonna warm it up, man. I'm gonna let fam talk to y'all.
Okay, what I want to speak on is like you got a lot of violence, a lot of violence that's going on in the world today, dealing with the youth, and I'm trying to find out like why is the youth glamorizing guns and the gun violence so much these days versus when I was growing up, we was into R&B and a lot of just, just trying to learn how to love one another and learn how to show love to your female companion. If you are up of age to be able to have a female companion, then that what my generation was really focused on in
Yeah.
those days. But I want to know why do so many young guys glamorize the gun and the street life over the value of trying to get an education and trying to better themselves and better their community and stuff like that. What's your take on that, TK?
Well, for one, I feel like the music, and that's a focal point you just made, man. Like you said, y'all was growing up, y'all was listening to R&B, hip hop to transcended. Over the past 10, 15 years, it ain't nowhere near what it
Correct.
used to be.
Nowhere near it.
Hip hop used to be, just a bass. It used to be based on beats. It wasn't defined to violence or drugs. You can hear a rap song about, Bone Thugs did it.
Like
First of the month.
the drill scene.
Yeah. Them guys talking about straight killers. But I'm saying, we do still got original legends, the Outkast, Bone Thugs, and Harmony. You feel me? Guys
Correct.
that actually came on rapping, and they on these hip hop beats. You feel me? But they talking about
Correct.
real life situations, adversity, the environments that you growing up with, not drug use, but drug abuse. Watching your auntie, fall victim to a hard drug, which a lot of these new guys, ain't really seeing that because we passed that epidemic. A lot of the drugs that people was on back then, they was new. You feel me?
Correct.
We know what this stuff do now. We know
Yeah.
what's gonna have you. You know where it's gonna lead you. So it ain't
That's
too
right.
many fools, that's willing to open up and do it. But I think the music, man, is a huge part because it ain't too many songs you can listen to. Or a guy ain't bringing up killing, stealing, dealing. They taking cars, robbing. We gonna take this. These guys on the internet and they telling you, you go pick up a pack or going, try to catch the other man, down bad or lacking before you gonna get you a job, man. And that's the problem. You feel me? These young guys need to work, Everybody can't sell dope. If you sell dope, that's cool. But 20, 30 years ago, you know, it ain't matter how much dope you sold. Everybody had a job or something that they was doing to where you couldn't just look at them and wonder, hey man, how they getting all this money?
Correct.
And that create death. Cause then the snitching culture started. Dudes start getting killed for telling. Dudes
Exactly.
falling out. We don't fool with him because he told. He feel like he had the right to told, so he willing to beef with you, even though he
Correct.
told on you. Like,
That's right.
back to you though, fam.
Okay, and also I want to speak on the point of just the surrounding area that we live in, which is Montgomery, Alabama. And I want to speak on why is no money really being funneled back into our community and all the money just being designated to just a particular area. See, here in Montgomery, y'all, we got an area called East Chase, Alabama, Montgomery, the east side of Montgomery, which
Beautiful.
is East Chase. And it's extremely beautiful. Now, y'all can see that we inside the park right now, which is, you know, Gateway Park or whatever. And this, I mean, it took over, almost my whole life to see this right here happening or whatever taking place. And what I'm trying to do is really better my community, man, and better just the black man in general, because you know we all have fallen victim and fallen short of the glory of what really Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and them really marched here on in Montgomery, in this fine city of Montgomery for. Appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe to the channel, man.
You know
For
him?
real.
I
You know what I'm saying?
YouTube. Oh God.
Well, let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
For real.
Pull your phone out.
Yeah, she really, I believe, you know what I'm saying? But like I was saying though, um, just y'all take out time, man, and know that the difference is that, you know, you live to let live. You ain't got no point to prove all the time. Sometimes a lot of situations don't even require you to even pull out a gun on a person. Just because you got a gun, that don't,
Hold up,
you know
fam.
what
Hold
I'm
up,
saying?
fam. Hold up, fam. Y'all can see this now. This video a month old. We don't know this woman, this young woman, never seen her day in our life. She just went through a whole YouTube algorithm and actually showed us what she liking this man videos at.
I would like for y'all to like and also subscribe to the channel.
And on that note,
subscribe to the movement because it's definitely appreciated. But like I was saying,
nice to meet you,
it's
by the way, sir.
it's a lot of people. Thank you for the support, my sister, and God bless you. And you know, and I will, you know what I'm saying, be tuning in and send my shots out to all the people that deserve the shots out and stuff like that. But back to the topic at hand is, you know, why could young guys not, you know, take a better path than what they're taking with these guns, and why they glamorizing the street life over, you know what I'm saying, making a better way for them
getting a career
and starting a career for
and
themselves.
a family, man, because that's what matters. At the end of the day, you know, I know it may sound like, you know, I may be a little older by the way that I'm talking, but I'm 24 years old. You know, I've been in multiple county, you know, detention facilities. You know, I'd had time over my head. I'd have fought felonies. I'd have been that whole 10 miles. And while I am still young, you know, I can't say that I've been blessed. Cause you know, I know y'all may have heard me, you know, reference this man, his fam a couple times. You know, that's just the way we talk. You know, that's the relationship we have. It's actually somebody, you know, a mentor of mine that I've been knowing going on for the past 8 or 9 years. And, you know, we click up all the time. And we talk about, you know, feelings and adversities, you know, and I kind of speak for the younger community. And it kind of gives them, you feel me, an understanding of where we come from as the younger generation. Because this is a man that's old enough to be my father. But it ain't about that. The message is about unity, man. If two men that's 20, 30 years apart and sit here together and they can have a cordial conversation, they can talk about the same thing, then it ain't far off for nobody, man. We just got to get our heads out these phones, you know, social media, Facebook, Instagram. I know it sounds cliche, but all that stuff went around, you know, 15, 20 years ago. We using this YouTube, but we using it as a platform and a tool for educational purposes and to inspire, you know, the younger and upcoming minds and change some of the ones, you know, that may be stuck in the old time. Because just like my family evolved, you know, to kind of accept and understand what's going on in these generations, a lot of men his age that ain't on that same page. And that's what we trying to bring to y'all.
Yes. And so, like I was saying, um, just y'all just know that it's a better tomorrow, man. If you make it that, you know, you can only get out of something what you put in.
You gotta want it
You
though.
know, you got to, you know what I'm saying, want to do better, ordinary to do better. You know, you got to first take the step. The first initiative is to take the first step, and God will take the next. But like I was saying, man, y'all have an awesome, week, work day, work week, and y'all understand that everybody is somebody, and everybody life does matter. And I appreciate you, my brother TK,
Yes,
for
sir.
coming on the
Anytime,
show, man.
anytime, anytime.
And God bless you, man. And God bless all the young mans of America. And God bless every hood. Jesus is done. We out.
Yeah. You got to walk off on there?
Yeah.
You know, come on when I did,
Yeah,
yeah,
I got
yeah,
to walk off
yeah,
on them
yeah,
too. Let me
yeah.
see.
That we need right there.